Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project planning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I just did a get ready with me, so that will be coming up shortly. But the reason I sort of did something like that was because I have to do my empties for January 2022. Can you believe that January is already over? It literally felt like 60 days long, but it's already over at the same time. I'm just beside myself here. Like, I don't even know what to think. I have 38 items in front of me that I've already finished. Like, that is insane. I think that's about the same amount as I finished last year. So a lot of these items were items that were like close to finishing already, or items that I knew I could get done really quickly. And as you guys know, I'm trying to do Pan Your Way to 5K with a few other girls in the panning community. And so I am trying really, really hard to use up a lot of items. And I thought the best thing to do would get a huge month right off the bat, finish things I know I can finish, and then try and do the same each month, but like really try and use up expensive items as well. So the first month was like, let's just grab what you can and use it and get it out of there. I have so many things in front of me here, so let's just go ahead and get started. So I was going to do this where I turn you guys around, but I'm just going to show you each an individual item. So I will be doing spoiler alerts for some of my upcoming projects because some of these are included in my January empties because I've already completed them before the update. So I will show you a couple of those. These two are in one of my projects. This is the Kale and Green Tea Spinach Superfood Cleanser from Youth of the People. I actually bought the regular size of this because it's very sustainable. The packaging is good because it's a glass container. They do give you a pump, and then you can buy a refill and then just refill the jar like you see on there. So it's really good packaging, and then you just refill it. I really like that. I'm also looking at a couple of moisturizers that do the same thing where you just buy the refill pods, but again, it's kind of expensive, but then you're saving on packaging. And then I also have the Peter Thomas Roth Hydrating Moisturizer, and this is the Water Drench Moisturizer. And this is really, really nice. I love a lot of Peter Thomas Roth items. They're one of my favorite skincare lines, so I highly recommend those. And then I also have a Bobbi Brown, I thought it says it's an eye base, and I thought it was a primer, but I was corrected, and I really appreciate. I can't remember who told me right now, but I will either link you down below or I will make sure to mention you in my next video when I do my update for my project. So thank you so much for mentioning that. I really appreciate you letting me know because I just didn't read. I didn't look at Sephora's website to find out how to use it, and I just immediately thought it's a new primer that I get to try for my eye base, and it's not. It's for your under eyes. And it goes under here, which I should have used in my Get Ready With Me, but I didn't. But it goes underneath your concealer, and it's very, very drying, honestly, but it's a very expensive item. It's, I can't remember how much, 80 something, 85 bucks or something like that for the eye base. So very expensive. So anyhow, I'm going to count this as an empty because I have completed this satchel, and I also have another one here I emptied into a container. So these satchels are really, really close to being completed, and so I'm counting these as empties because I emptied the containers, and I'm just going to use up whatever's left in there. It won't take me long. And then I also have the Herbivore Pink Cloud Soft Moisture Cream sample. I mark all the samples and what they are worth on the packaging because I do count those as my empties this year. Every other year before this, I haven't been doing that, and I cannot believe how much some of these samples are worth. I'll show you shortly when I get into some of these, but $2 for this little tiny foil packet. The next one is Summer Fridays CC Me Serum. This was really nice. I'm not really sure that I would purchase it though. It is quite expensive as well, but it was really nice. This one was really good. This is the Line Soothing Serum. I enjoyed that, but I also have another couple of serums that I prefer. This is another really expensive one. And I also had the Pharmacy Honey Glow AHA Resurfacing Night Serum, a little sample. I think this went bad, or it was like starting to separate when I used it and didn't smell great. So it probably went off a little bit, and I definitely wouldn't purchase that. I am also counting my Biore strips. Each individual Biore strip I am counting in my empties because I use these and I never think to, and they're still skincare and beauty related. So I'm counting those. I also have a Shu Uemura Art of Hair cleansing oil, and this is a shampoo. I use this, but this is not enough for the amount of hair that I have. So I would have needed two to get a full effect. So I did like a tiny portion of the top of my hair. So unfortunately, it wasn't enough for me to get a good grasp on, and if I liked it, but you know, it was free and I used it. Um, this is the Drunk Elephant A Passione Retinol Cream Reboot and Smooth. It's a 1% retinol and it comes in like those metal packagings. I wasn't about to cut that because I could just imagine how my body would feel cutting into this metal packaging. No. This was incredibly expensive, very expensive for this tiny little thing, and I don't think this is even the full size. This one has 10 mils, so I don't know how much the full size one is. Maybe this is, but I bought a 2-pack, so yeah, that one is just holy smokes expensive. Another one I got is the Pharmacy Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Serum. This is of course, bottle size. And this one had 5 mils, so probably not as much as you see here. It was probably only filled to like here in the container. Also, another one that was incredibly expensive. This is the Ski Facial Treatment Essence. I loved this. And it is in my wish list, but look how much the sample is worth. $17.20 for this tiny, tiny, tiny thing. So you can just imagine how much a full size is. Then I also used this sample of Amore Pacific Moisture Bound Rejuvenating Serum. This is in my wish list as well. I love this. It's incredibly expensive. I think it's $122 for a full bottle, but it's so nice. It makes my skin feel so smooth and so soft. I have 3 mask empties. I think these were in my Nightmare on Panning Street. And yeah, I used all 3 of those. And also the cream that is in there after you take the mask out. I used that up as well. And I have an empty, I think this was a, what do you call that? A pigment from MAC. And I kind of want to buy it, honestly. I liked it that much that I would consider buying it, but we'll wait for a sale. And then I have a little mascara. Well, this is the Dior Show Primer. I'm not a fan. This one I love though. This is the Big Eagle from Tarte. This was $16 for the mini. Love this so much. I bought a backup already. I also use the All Nighter Face Primer. Obsessed. Gonna buy this. I love this a lot, and I'm waiting for it to come back in stock where I want to buy it from. I'm also counting this little guy. I'm putting these in for 25 cents because for a pack of how many, and then I divided it, so I'm just counting it because I'm using up and counting everything. I also have my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is a very expensive Fix Plus, but I love this so much, and I always have backups of this. I love it for spraying on my face all throughout the day and dropping things. I spray it all throughout the day on my face. I love it, especially in the morning or just before bed. It's so refreshing feeling, and I love the coconut one the best. I think this one is just the regular, like original Fix Plus, but the coconut one is my favorite. And then I have a Batiste cherry scented one, a dry shampoo. Really, really nice. I love Batiste. It's my favorite dry shampoo. I also have the Pixi Rose Glow Mist. If you guys caught my update, I just finished that one recently. And then I also have the Cetaphil Oil Skin Cleanser. I bought this because my dermatologist told me I was getting fragrance-induced eczema, whatever you want to call it, and on my hands because of washing. So I used that to wash my hands. I hated the smell. It is disgusting. It's a treacherous smell. I can't handle it. I will never buy that again. But I found something else that I'll show you shortly that is a replacement of it. But I am adding these because they are just for me. My husband doesn't use them. My family doesn't use them. Anything that is a beauty or makeup related item that is just me using it, I could count. Except for I'm not putting in like Secret and stuff deodorants, but just specialty deodorants that I would buy from like Sephora or something. And then I'm using the Peter Thomas Roth. This is the Firm X Peeling Gel. I love this so much. It is completely empty. This is just air, but I use this in the shower. Love it so much. It's such a good one. I know people think that it's fake, but it legit takes off the dead skin. And then I have a Stila liquid eyeshadow. I think I'm not going to buy these anymore because they tend to dry out really badly, and I had to scrape and add like eye drops and mixing medium to get it to work. It was just a pain in the ass. And then I have my Chi Silk Infusion hair oil. Love this so much. I got this in the States, and this is what I paid in the States like 5 years ago, so it's not the total now, it's what I paid then. This is the soap that I've been buying, and I absolutely love it. It's so light on my skin, and I haven't had any issues. I get a bit of eczema here, and I haven't had any issues since I started using this, and I stopped using Bath & Body Works soaps. So I think it was just that these are so lightly fragrant, and I think, are they cruelty free? Yeah, cruelty free, recyclable packaging, and good for 24 months once open. And it says, I think it's a Canadian brand made in Toronto, Haine Celestial. So I'm all about that. And then a Tibber River Naturals lotion. This is heavily scented as well in grape. It smells like strong grape scent, and it's so huge as well. Really like that, but I think I'm not going to be reordering from Tibber River. I know it's more natural or whatever, but the fact that there's so much scent, I just can't. I love fragrance, don't get me wrong. It's just I can't for my hands. And then this is the Silver shampoo. I used this up recently. I had like maybe this much left or less at the beginning of the year, and I have so much hair. You can't really tell right now, but my hair is like almost down to my butt, and I have a lot of it. So that was a very expensive one. And then I have the Aveeno Active Natural Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion. I'm running out of air, you guys. So I have emptied this one because, of course, I was really hydrating my hands because it's winter. And I am counting this finally in an empty. So I'm counting half the packaging because I used half of the palette up completely now. So this is counting as half an empty. And then I have my Fenty Beauty Matchstick, whatever you want to call it. This is as much as I'm able to get out of there. I'm not using it anymore. When I put it on my face, it was like streaky and it was a mess. So I'm counting this done, and it's not something I would repurchase. I'm just, you can tell by my face, I'm like not interested. The Boscia Luminizing Black Mask hurts like a son of a bee to try and get off your skin. It is pulling the hairs. If you guys have peach fuzz like I do, like if you razor your face, I'm sure it's fine, but no, it's like ripping off on the most sensitive part of your body. It's just not pleasant. I don't think it does much. I would rather just use a Biore strip on my nose and my like this area or whatever, and that's enough. I have the Ceramide Dr. Jart cream, that one as well, and that one I really liked. I have this in my wish list as well at Sephora. And I also have this in my wish list at Sephora. In my project, I was only supposed to complete one, but I ended up completing 2. So I'm really excited. A little spoiler for my upcoming projects, but some of these are going to go back into the drawer because I do have to update you guys on those ones. Yeah, but that's everything for January. I can't believe how much I got through, and I have quite a few hopeful items for February. A lot of samples, a lot of skincare, and some makeup I'm hoping to get through as well. I'm really hoping to plow through a couple of items of makeup because I really want to see empties. I want to see pans. I want to be successful this year with my makeup. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Just for the total, before I actually let you go, I totally forgot about the total. For January, all of these, including every little sample that I've used and everything, comes to $603.28 Canadian. So just keep in mind that when the other girls who are not Canadian, like are from the US or wherever else they're from, are adding up their totals, their prices will be a little bit less than mine, like the cost of mine, because in Canadian prices, the inflation is insane. So we're paying quite a bit more, sometimes anywhere between 20 to 25% more than what other people are paying. And I'm still only reaching for 5K because I've never even come close to 5K, maybe 2K with anything. So 5K would be freaking amazing, and I'm not increasing any goals or anything. So Valerie, if you're watching, no, I'm not increasing. I know you want me to. It's not happening. So anyways, so just so you guys know, my goal is $416 for each month. So because I have done $603.28 for January, I've divided the remaining total, and now February's total hopeful is $399.70. So each month I'm going to subtract what I've used up and divide the remaining months so that I know how much I need to use at least per month to be able to reach my goal, because it is a lofty goal. It's going to be incredibly hard. Some months will be really small, which I have a feeling February will, because it's a short month and I have a lot of full stuff. So I'm really hoping I get some segue. What the heck? I hope I have some headway in February. I need some food. You know what? I'm just gonna go get some food. I'm gonna do good in February, you guys. Cheer me on. Hit that like button. I hope you subscribe, and I will talk to you again later. Bye, everyone.